my name is Sabrina Cunningham, and I'm going to talk about near-death experiences. So with today's world, we really don't know what's true or what's false. But with a near-death experience, there's been a lot going on. Doctors don't know if it's something that people have fabricated or if it's actually something that's going on. So here's a couple of key points that I'm going to talk to you about. I'm going to try and explain what a near-death experience is, why doctors find it interesting, and how they happen. So there's a book titled 90 Minutes in Heaven. Don Piper was heading home from a Baptist convention and ended up getting a pretty bad car wreck, if you can't tell. And during this, he actually was pronounced dead by the EMTs. They came in, they covered his body with a tarp, and found no pulse, declared dead. During those 90 minutes, he remembers seeing his family members and relatives that had already passed, and he also remembers a preacher who had come to pray over him. And something told this preacher, go and pray over this man. So he did. Another example is, her name is Mary Jo Rapini. She's actually a doctor herself. She would have patients tell her, oh, this is what's going on, I see wonderful light, or I see my dead relatives, this or that. She did not think that they were actually telling the truth. What she thought was that they had their morphine levels too high and they were hallucinating. She would go and tell one of the resident doctors, you need to get a morphine check on this patient because they are hallucinating. So, going into what a near-death experience is, there's a lot to it, but it's not as complex as you would think. So, most people and doctors explain a near-death experience as a person leaving their physical body with their brain, everything, but yet they still know what's going on in the human world at the time. They can have this sense where they're hovering over their body and they just see it all, and they have a warm peace fall over them, and they see colors that they can't explain and hear wonderful sounds and more than what we can really explain. So another thing they talk about is seeing a spiritual being. Doesn't matter whether it's God, Buddha, whoever. They see their leader or spiritual being. So another thing is doctors. Why does it fascinate doctors so much? One thing that clinically qualifies someone to be dead is not enough blood supply to their brain or in general. And these people have an awareness that they're dead. But the doctors, even though they're produced dead, or the doctors say they're dead, these people are still aware of what's going on. And after a certain amount of time out of their body, or whatever you want to call it, they come back to life. And that's what really gets doctors, is how somebody pronounced dead, but they come back. So, why do they happen? Most of these people who have a near-death experience or out-of-body experience have survived a life-threatening condition, whether it be a coma, cardiac arrest for 10 minutes or more, or like Don Piper, he had a wreck. Mary Jo Rapini, she was working out one day and blood vessels in her eyes popped and she blacked out. And that's all she remembers. And then she remembers coming back. But there's a lot of different explanations as to why a near-death experience can happen. But even with everything that doctors have found out and their research still, there's still not a whole lot out there because they don't know if this is something that's being made up or if it's something that's actually happening. So, once again, my name is Sabrina, and this is my talk on near-death